Welcome back to Casual Conversations. I am your host, Ryan Bean, here with my co-host, Elena Sweetser, and talking all things life, and we got a lot of stuff to get into today.
Yeah.
So, first of all, let's start off with congratulations on
I always let you lead.
oh yeah, she always lets me lead. Congratulations
You be the
on
idiot first.
100%. Congratulations on your new house. So Lena just recently bought another home, and she's in the process of remodeling and
I was like, you know
trying
what?
to
I'm
move.
so busy with life. Let me buy a house now too.
Yeah,
Why not?
I love her post the other day. Was I was so jealous of watching other people buy houses. I felt like I needed to buy one
Get
too.
deals on houses.
That's what it was. Get deals
Because
on
every
houses.
buyer right now is getting stupid good deals.
Well, you just got one.
I just got a deal myself.
I know, which is good. Which is
I
why
know.
you're expanding. The
So
house
if you're
looks
listening
great,
to
by
this
the
and
way.
you're sitting on the sideline trying to buy, you're going to miss a good deal.
So she's got a nice new beautiful house. She just showed me the new floors that are getting installed. I think as we speak right now, it's going to be fantastic when it's
Ryan
done.
being approved.
So yeah, congratulations
you.
on your house. So that's going on, and it's a beautiful Sunday morning here in Texas.
Yeah.
And
Ryan hit a deer last night.
I hit a deer last night. Yeah, it was the
What
first.
do you think that means?
I don't know. So it was crazy because I've never hit an animal. I take that back. I have hit a rabbit before, but years
God,
ago.
you're an animal.
I know. I like that. But so we were talking. I left the lake house last night. We had some family in town, and hadn't seen them in a long time. And my brother and the girls went up to the lake to spend some time with them because they were in town just for a long weekend. And I'm literally 2 minutes from my house. I live by a lake, so that was part of it. I knew we have deer in this area, and I'm coming up. It's pitch black. It's a dark road that kind of comes into my neighborhood from the back way to come in. And yep,
Boom.
I hit it one. I avoided the first one, and then by the time the second one jumped out, I just couldn't react in time. There was nowhere to go or swerve, and there was a car literally right next to me, and so I couldn't, and just it is what it is.
You know what the crazy thing is?
But it's a car. It's a fixable problem.
Yeah, and you all are safe.
Yeah, no one got hurt.
Yeah.
The deer lived, everybody. The deer lived because I turned around to make sure the deer was okay because hitting an animal would have killed me, especially a deer, and especially knowing that I did that and the pain. But as soon as I turned around, the deer was gone. So he might have a limp for a little bit. Caught him on the corner of the car.
Should have given your address. But my wife will take care of you.
Yeah, and I freaked out. So I called Trent. It was like at 11:30 at night. And Trent's. We know a lot of hunters. We are in Texas, so I was like, "What's protocol? Like, do I call the game warden?
Yeah.
Like, do I call and let him know, hey, I hit a deer?" And he's like, "Dude, that's not. Yeah, you don't need to do that."
Also, this is showing Ryan's age because you just chat GBT that.
I need to use that more.
You do.
And
You do.
it was funny about the chat GPT is I do use it. I don't use it daily like I should because everyone's telling me I should because I'm at a disadvantage if I don't use it. So I'm going to start using chat GPT. I am doing a lot more technology.
Is you have a lot of people, and I get that like my brother, for instance, they puts his foot down like we're not meant to be robots, but I'm like, it's helping me be more efficient.
No, you have to use it. If you don't use it, like he said, you're behind.
Yeah.
Because everybody that you're competing against is using it. So it's just part of the evolution of business. It's the evolution of our everyday life now. And
you look at it, it's like an add-on to your brain.
It is.
It's not replacing my brain, in my opinion, because some people have let it replace them. Some kids use it to write essays and all this stuff. Some people in jobs do it for emails, whatever. I use it as an add-on to my brain.
Yeah, and I think it's a great starting point. And for me, sometimes I've got a lot of good things in my head that I think sound like good ideas or good things, but I don't know how to articulate them all the time. And I'm horrible at details. And I'm going to say shout out to Aaron Laniga, my boy Aaron. He actually does listen to our podcast. He is a co-worker, great friend of mine. Yeah. He runs one of our bigger businesses for our company. And he called me out and he's like, you know what you need to talk about on your podcast is the fact that your lack of give a crap for details. He's absolutely spot on.
Yeah.
So that's why I need to use ChatGPT is because I want someone else to worry about the details.
Yeah.
I want to be the guy that goes in there and gets it done
You're
and then have someone else handle all the day-to-day stuff. I'm just not good at it. I have no interest in it, to be honest with you. And I'm so speed is like my number one thing.
Yeah.
I try to be very fast at what I do.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes that, being thorough isn't necessarily my strong suit. So he's absolutely right. So I need to use ChatGPT for that because it has helped me when I have these agendas I lay out for my meetings and I'm like, okay, this just doesn't look right. And I put them in a ChatGPT and they make them look all nice and professional with bullet points and it's like, boom, perfect.
Yeah.
It got out what I wanted to say, but This is how smart people
me.
sound.
It scares me sometimes where I'm like, I just say the bare minimum for my brain, like a bullet point, and it knows exactly what I'm trying to say,
Yes.
and then it answers exactly.
That's why I love
didn't
it.
know
Yeah.
how to ask for what I needed.
Yes, that's why I
it helps
love
me
it.
in my job because they're like, just last week I told ChatGPT, I'm like, I'm having a hard time keeping up with all these incoming requests and tasks. I was like, I'm so busy, so I need to help me recreate new systems to be more efficient.
Yes.
And it goes.
Well, anyone that's not using it right now and realizing they can be monetarily make a lot more money using it, but it just makes you more efficient at your job, makes everything faster. And again, for someone that loves efficiency and loves speed, which I do, that's why I need to use it. I just need to continue to learn more about it. But I do use it actually fairly often, but I know most people that are in my industry probably use it hourly. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, so talking about ChatGPT, I'm going to tie it into, we don't usually do topics anymore, but there was something I want to discuss on
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get into
episode,
it. Let's get into it.
Which I have used for ChatGPT, and you could use it.
Okay.
Weight loss.
I love that because,
so you go into chat, and I've been messing with it lately because I went in there and I said, listen, I need to lose, I was joking, but I was like, I need to lose 100 pounds in 5 days.
5 days? Look, chat.
How many miles do I need to walk?
You need to walk 70,000 steps and 17 eggs per day, and you're gonna be there.
You need to be Forrest Gump. That's what you gotta do.
You go on a month-long fast. Stop eating.
It actually
walk.
said back that is very healthy.
Yeah, it's very unhealthy. That's not a realistic goal.
I said I am borderline going on Ozempic, so I need you to help me do a natural way.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I asked it, and I said, but and you can be very specific, right? Because you could say I want to do the carnivore diet to do this,
which is what I did.
And I said, okay, I want to get back to doing Orange Theory 3 times a week, and then the gym or outside workout other days. I'm gonna be more active. I want to lose X amount of weight in the next 30 days and help me build. I want to lose this in total, but in the next 30 days, this is the result I want to see.
Right.
As for my diet, I don't want to eat just broccoli and chicken because I want to make a meal that my whole family, like I got super specific.
I love it.
And I was just sitting there like late at night and it was like,
and it spits it out within seconds.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing. So one, you obviously know that the other people were having the same questions because it's in the database, right?
Yeah.
For it to spit out that fast. But I have used it for that, very like military workouts or whatever. Because the last post that it's funny, and we'll talk about it. And I think that I was talking to my brother about it yesterday, and he's like, so I'm glad you brought this up, and because I think it's a good idea for your podcast because you guys talk about it a lot. And he goes, but set that challenge. So.
Oh,
I'm setting myself a challenge.
Why can't you include me? You know I struggle with this.
We're going to talk. That's why we're talking about it.
Oh, I thought you said you set yourself a challenge.
I haven't.
Me.
No. He said last night before I hit the deer. This is probably moments before I hit the deer actually, because he was with me. We were literally talking about this, and I told him that the last post that Amber had posted of me was the biggest smack in the face I've ever had when it came to my weight gain.
Oh, God,
so I will tell you guys, though, I got on the scale. I was 253 pounds. It was the highest I'd ever been on a scale in my entire life. I've always been in the 240 range, high 230s, 245, in that range.
Where do you want to be?
So 200. I want to be 200 or about 200 pounds because I think with my frame, my body, because I like having muscle.
You're taller.
I like having muscle. I like being more built. I like being strong. And I told Matt, I said, so my goal now, and since she's posted that, I think Amber thought I was mad at her because we have a group text going and we always put our ideas out there. We send motivational clips, and if we have down days, Elena, and Amber have a way of picking me up. And I think Amber thought I was upset by the post, and I told her, I said, actually, I'm not. Because I am the opposite. I am one of those people that love to be motivated. I'm one of those people that can have I'm probably a trainer's, dream because I'm the person they can yell at, scream at, and push me to be more, and because they expect more. And I can take that type of criticism, and it actually motivates me.
When people tell me I suck, I will step up.
That's how I am too. Yeah. So I like that process. And then when she posted that, I told my wife, I said, and I was telling my brother about this last night. I said it just was. I saw my dad. My dad just recently passed away, and I said I literally saw my dad. My future is staring me smack in the face of what I can expect in my future if I continue down this path.
Right.
And I eat too much, I drink too much, I don't work out enough, I'm not in a physical job, I sit a lot for work, and which means I have to work that much harder outside of work. to actually be to be fit. And it's everything. It's how you look in clothes. It's being attractive for your spouse. I want to be a good looking person, right? So these are just me being honest to all the people out there. And I felt like the best way to do it is to put it on camera and throw it out there. But my goal is before the end of this year, because I want to set a realistic goal that gives me 5 months roughly. So in 5 months to be 50 pounds less. Right. And I'm throwing it out there right now, and I'm being dead serious.
So you and I
I'm very, very hardcore about anything I put in my body right now, and it's going to continue because it was a smack in the face, to be honest with you.
Oh, dude, I just didn't text her because I'm not an asshole like Ryan, but just kidding.
I wasn't trying to be that way. I wasn't trying to be that way.
No, but that same video, the white top, my face was like super swollen that day. It looked like, and I was like, dear God.
But we also talk about putting yourself out there, right? And I think it ties into what you're saying. Listen, I want you to continue to stay on this weight thing because you said you wanted to talk about this topic. And we've talked about this stuff before, guys, but I think this time it's a little bit more in your face. And I think, when you start talking about putting yourself out there, when you look at the social media platforms, you look at these things and you hear it all the time. If you're not putting yourself out there, you're missing an opportunity to monetarily grow, right? Because you can use this we don't do it for that, but in general, if you're not using this type of stuff, you can make a lot of money if being an influencer or whatever it is, because you've got a 24-hour advertisement on social media.
Look at my job, though. I'm not making money from my social media, but it's made a huge influence on people.
That's it.
And I think that's why my business...
Correct.
Because before, I would never put my face in the video.
But that's what I'm saying, is people are afraid to put themselves out there. That's where I was going with this.
I posted one the other day. I was like... Lord have mercy. But I still posted it.
You did, because you've got to get to the point where you stop caring about what other people think. And it's so much easier said than done because everyone is self-conscious about it. But when you start to really realize that most of these people don't give you a second thought anyway, why do you care? Yeah. And that's where I started getting, and I'm like, okay, so the hate's going to come. People are going to comment. You might comment on your weight. People might talk smack about you behind your back. I've got colleagues on this podcast that listen. I've got Facebook friends that are suppliers. I got Facebook friends that are customers. And you're putting yourself out there in a very real way because they only see the professional side of the things that they see. They don't really get to see the real stuff that behind the scenes. So but putting yourself out there, I think is a big part of that.
It's not easy for sure.
No, it's hard. It's hard for me to say this. It's hard for me to be this vulnerable and saying in front of, again, there's only 27 people listening.
But if you think about it, Ryan, if the worst thing about us that people could say about us is that we're overweight, I think we're doing okay in life.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
that's kind of how I looked at it, too. Because I actually thought about this when I was driving.
There's a lot more I need to work on besides that,
When you texted, no, you're doing fine. When you texted the group last week, and then I was like, God, I'm overweight, severely overweight as well. And so I was driving and I thought about it. I was like, you have to want to get your body better because you love it, not because you hate it. Yeah. First thing you have to understand if you're wanting to get healthier, right? And the reason that I kept having kickbacks is because I kept trying to change my body because I hate it so much, which in return means I hate myself so much. And I think that's the issue why people start and never finish.
I think it's a great point. I think people just go, you know what, this is where I'm at, and I guess this is my lot in life. I guess this is the hand I got dealt, so you just deal with it.
I'll be honest, sometimes I come home and I just feel super fat and I get grumpy, and I was like, I'd probably be happy. It's a little bit less chubby.
Yeah, but I think you just got to change the mentality. You got to look at your body as that's your vessel, right? Your body is the one gift that God gave you that is something you shouldn't abuse, and it's easier said than done because I've abused my body for decades.
Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about how it started, right? So when I started my real estate career, I was 23, just got out of college. In college, as everybody probably knows because I've talked about it, I played soccer. I was fit. Yeah. Okay, 130 pounds, could run 4 miles in under 30 minutes, fit. Okay? Obliques, my thighs would pop out. Okay? Very nice body. I can see why Cole swooped me up so early. Little did he
I get it, Cole. I saw myself. I look at myself. I get it, trust me.
Little did he know my left butt cheek would weigh just as much as him in our future.
Yeah, it's part of marriage. He's
not complaining. Yeah. But anyways, then what happened? I got out of college soccer where I had to train, and I got into adult life right away. Yeah. And what happened with that? Me too. Stress came. Yeah. Okay, so now I think people start to gain weight because food is an addiction, just like people lean on alcohol lean on drugs,
you cope
on whatever, right?
Yep.
And so the thing that I lean on, because I've never had a drinking or drug problem ever. So I naturally leaned on food. I was always like putting quick food in my mouth to feed myself. I'd be stressed from work, hot Cheetos in the car, McDonald's on the way home, whatever, you name it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we got so busy that Cole and I weren't cooking at home. We were eating out. I mean, in Grand Junction, there were mice in our house. And so I hated our house so much that we just started eating out all the time. And I think that's really where it started. And I gained weight like quickly.
Well, the convenience is convenience is a big part of it too, right? Because at the end of the day, you're like, I'm so tired. I'm burned out. I put 10 to 12 hours in today. And I enjoy cooking. I love cooking. But it's just easy to grab something quick.
Why can't the Italians eat the way they do and they're still fit?
Because they don't put crap in their food. I mean, they eat a lot healthier. They eat real ingredients. They eat real food.
Yeah.
They walk everywhere. They're constantly moving.
Yeah.
And I think that's just the European culture in general.
Right.
And they don't put the same crap. Like if you look at the stuff that we feed our kids and we feed ourselves, it's illegal when you go over there. They won't even allow it in their stores.
Portions though, because
that's a big part of it too.
You go to a restaurant and you put a plate in front of someone and that could feed 3 people.
1,000%.
And normally I'm the type because I grew up in a household. You finish your plate.
That's exactly how.
There are thirds.
Yep, that's exactly how I grew up too. And again, Italian family, you didn't go hungry.
Yeah.
But you're not even hungry and you just ate for 2. But you know what? Let me go back and get another.
And then you hate yourself every time.
That's the biggest thing with me. And what's crazy is, and I really want to get some feedback from people. I hope that the people that are listening to this, I would love for you, honestly, to send us maybe things that you guys have dealt with over the years or things that you've helped overcome it, because it has been a struggle for me. Because it's like, as you're eating food, for me personally, it's like, you fat ass, what are you doing? But you don't stop. And
because the food tastes good. So release the stressors in your body. I forgot the term.
And I'm thinking, I just think to myself, like, here I am on this podcast trying to motivate other people, trying to give advice to people on how they could be better in life, more successful in life, be more disciplined, do all these things. And like, I'm not even applying it to my own life. And I'm on that degree. Other parts of my life, absolutely. Yeah. But when it comes to my body, instead of thinking to myself, health should be number one. Like, how do I live a long life? How do I make myself be here put myself in the best position to be here for as long as I can for my family and my friends? Why is that so? Where's the disconnect on the importance of that level? Because it should be the most important.
Right.
And I don't understand mentally how I could push myself to make it the most important thing besides my wife. It's something I'm really struggling with.
Because you're still seeing success in your life, even though your body is the way it is. For me, that is what it is, right?
It
so I sacrifice my health for my job all the time. Like, I'm sleeping and going to bed late because, like you said, I've told you, I've been working till like midnight lately on the computer. Wake up, and then I roll out of bed, get my kid ready, and go to work again.
Yeah.
Right? And then I was like, God, I didn't plan to get my breakfast that morning, or I didn't plan for my lunch that day, or didn't plan for my dinner that day or that week.
Yeah.
Whatever. So, but to me, it's like, I know I can put myself on the back burner and still succeed.
Yeah, and I think
I think that's the issue.
And I think what ends up happening, I use the term "death of a million cuts." I think that's a big part of it too. Is when I started with hardwoods, 22 years ago now. Literally, this last week I hit 22 years. By the way,
oh, cool.
August 11th, and Dan Besson, thank you, because I know he's probably listening, and he'll probably give us some great advice on this. But he was the only person. And he's been retired now since when did he retire? I think he retired I have to go back. I think he retired in 2022, but 2021 or 2022, somewhere around there is when he retired. And he reached out to me via text message and said, "Hey, congratulations on 22 years." So the fact that he remembered after he's been left the company meant a lot to me, meant the world to me. So thank you for that. And I don't know where I was going with that. What was I saying before that? I got sidetracked with.
I don't listen to you ever. I'm sorry.
I know. I can't remember where we were going with that.
We were talking about. I was watching your dogs play.
Oh my gosh! So it could have led to the weight, right? So it's like that's where I was.
Yeah.
When I started with the company, I was 195 pounds. Okay. I will always remember that because I come off a very physical job before I started with the company. So it's like, I know what my body feels like. And then all of a sudden it's like, I'm 210. I'm still close enough.
That's the issue. You always give yourself more.
I'm at a 32 waist. Now I'm up to a 33 waist. Is that really that big of a deal? It's not that big of a deal. And then you just progressively let yourself get out of hand until you have that aha or that smack in the face moment. That's where I'm at. I think over time, it just progressively got worse and I just accepted it. And you're probably right. Could be because, I felt
We had
like
other priorities.
yeah, or
That's
you
really
felt
what
like,
it was.
you felt like, hey, my wife's still attracted to me. My clients are still, tolerating me. Whatever excuse you make up in your head, it's just, it's something I'm really battling right now personally.
Yeah.
And I wanted to put it out there, and I wanted to put it out there on camera because I want to be able to look back at this and use this as a teaching moment for myself on how I overcame it. And I think for the first time in a long time, I'm going to overcome it. I'm going to push myself to figure this out because it has now become a top priority to me.
But you're going to have to understand that there are going to be moments where, because you and I want fast results.
I know.
That you're going to, in a week, your body might not fluctuate the way you want, even though you're doing what you need to do, and you have to give yourself grace.
No,
and I've been there. Because after I had Kian, remember, I was hardcore at Orange Theory.
Yeah.
And I'm so pissed that I let myself drop because I chose my career.
Yeah.
Then I started getting way too busy with work.
Yeah.
And then Orange Theory has just completely fallen off.
Yeah.
And my diet is completely fallen off.
Yeah.
Right. But there were times when I was going through that transition, I would get so pissed because my body wasn't changing, but I was running faster.
Yeah.
Right. I was feeling better, but my weight wasn't better.
And I think we equate it to that. I think we got to get away from that mentality. I think we got to get away from, okay, how does our body feel? Do we feel more energetic? Do we feel healthy? Do we feel great? When you roll out of bed, you feel alert. You don't have brain fog. Your body's active all day, and less about what the weight on the scale is. But, again, I think that it's just one of those things where you say, hey, if I do this every single day, I think it'd be like me saying, okay, I want to lose 50 pounds. Okay, we'll just throw that number out there. I want to lose 50 pounds. And you don't see it in a week. You don't see it in a month. You don't see it in 2 months. But if you just do the daily things that you're supposed to, it might take by month 3 before all of a sudden you start to see a change. Okay, I'm down a size, or my belt's feeling a little bit looser, or I'm another couple notches on my belt. So obviously the progress is happening. It may not be reflective in the mirror. You may look at yourself and not really see it, but others do. And I'll use my brother as an example because my brother was there and my brother lost a lot of weight. And again, shout out to Matt. And all he did was fast and walk. Right. So it's just one of those things where you got to just do it. It's got to be a daily discipline.
Well, you got to figure out what works for you, though.
Yeah. And you got to, yes.
Because we were at the lake and your brother was talking about it. And of course, Joe was like, fasting is not healthy for you. He was like, Joe, I did a lot of research.
And fasting is definitely healthy if you do it right.
Right.
100%.
If you do it right. And so, but everybody's going to have their own different opinions on how to lose the weight, right?
Yeah.
Eat the broccoli and chicken, fast,
yeah.
Eat no carbs, whatever it is. Or unfortunately, Ozempic's on the rise right now.
And
the issue with that is,
you're pumping chemicals in your body. The fact that you got to take a needle and you got to inject something in your body to get yourself right.
Well, it's frustrating.
I just don't understand. It's like because people don't want to sacrifice. That's what it boils down to. I mean, you don't want to sacrifice the wine, the nice cocktails, and you still can eat great. There's still ways to do it. It just takes time. It just takes work to plan.
We live in a world we don't want time.
Everything's about efficiency. Everything's about efficiency. So,
well, I'm not gonna lie, because I've got a close family member who's on Ozempic and they've lost a lot of weight, and I'm like, I get mad honestly, maybe jealous because I'm like, God, you lost. She just texted me.
It's probably jealousy.
Family.
It's probably jealousy.
She texted me. She lost 40 pounds already. I'm like, she's done nothing but shoot a shot in her body. Right now, we don't know what the chemicals are doing.
Yeah,
they're not building muscle; they're just losing fat.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I want to get on Ozempic so bad, but it's not in my character to take the easy way out.
Well, I don't, I don't know that it's the easy way out. It might be the hard way out, right? Because at the end of the day, I don't see. And again, I am not a smart person when it comes to this kind of stuff, but I just have been around family members that were taking a pharmacy every day, and I don't believe that injecting your body or slamming a bunch of pills is the answer. I think it's designed that way, right? It's like, okay, we're going to let you eat what you want to eat, and we're going to make you guys obese. We're going to make you guys fat. We're going to make you guys fat as a nation. And then we're going to sell you the solution. And, it's about money. It's about, big pharma and all that stuff. And again, people can have their own beliefs. I don't judge anybody for doing what they want to do. For me personally, I don't see We don't have to reinvent the wheel. It's very easy, right? You look at these other countries that are living long lives. They're not, well, they're active. They move.
They walk
They're walking
to a
everywhere.
every day.
Yeah, they eat small portions. They exercise every day. They do the things to keep their bodies right. And it's just one of those things that you have to make a conscious effort to say, do I want to still be social and have all the fun in the world and put a shot in my arm? And that's how I'm going to cope with it? Or do I just make changes in my life to where I can still be fun, I can still enjoy those type of things, but I need to spread it out a little bit more. Instead of doing it 4 or 5 days a week, do it 1 day a week, where you go have a nice meal and you'll say, you know what, I've been disciplined all week. I've watched my intake. I've had no alcohol. And you know what, on Friday night, I'm going to go out with my friends. I'm going to go have a nice bottle of wine. And if I do it all right 6 days a week, having one evening of a few hours, if I'm walking constantly and doing all the things I'm supposed to do right, I can go have a nice steak and a nice bottle of wine, and it's not going to affect me. The problem is that we are so social, and you and I are in this boat because we are very social people. My wife, we were at the lake yesterday. My wife had a party over here yesterday. And we always make excuses on like, well, it's just this one event, just this one person's birthday. Oh, we have this coming up. I'm going to start my diet next week because I have this coming up.
It's every weekend.
That's the problem. Or we're going on vacation. So you know what? We're going to start when we get back. Like, what's the point of starting right now? Because we have this trip planned, and then we're going to get back, and you're going to be gone for work for a few days, Ryan, and then you're going to come back, and we got this person's birthday. Well, guess what? Another month just went by. Another month went by.
And then holidays hit.
And then exactly, then you say, well, you know,
we're going the fall winter holidays.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So again, we've got completely off track as we normally do. But you started with ChatGPT and
but we want to talk about the weight thing because I think so many people struggle with this. And like you look at,
I struggle with it, guys. I struggle with it personally.
So many people like they go on these diets, right? And that's fine. But it's like
it's not sustainable.
It's not sustainable. But you look at like I'm not going to go to Thanksgiving Day and be like, sorry, I'm going to eat this salad.
Yeah.
You know, see what I'm saying? But I need to figure out how to have enough discipline to portion control.
Yeah.
That's the issue I have. That's the issue that I have. And I need to find the discipline to love my body enough to move my body. Because even when I was working out consistently, I was in good vibrations to the universe.
Well, when
I was happy naturally.
Yes. Yeah,
but where I'm at right now, too, is I'm like, okay, I don't want to wake up at 4:30 to go work up at 5 a.m. I just don't.
All right.
I have a young kid. I mean, he's right now getting nightmares. He's at the age. So I'm like, it sucks for me that one, I have to go to bed at 8:30. And then two, I get woken up multiple times in the middle of the night because he's crying in his sleep because I still listen to his camera. So even though I don't have to go in his room, my sleep is disrupted. So by the time my alarm goes off at 4:30, I'm like, I'm just fucking dead tired, you know?
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
But I'll say, but the other issue is, okay, so then I could go to 6:15. Well, my issue there is my son wakes up at 7. So I'm going to get there after my son wakes up. And I'm like, I get to see my son during the week in the morning before 8:30 a.m. and then not till after school. So I'm like, I don't want to sacrifice that. So I'm like, okay, then when can I go? And that's not me making an excuse.
Right.
Like life times with my son.
Yeah. Yes.
So I'm like, okay, so then how can I fit it in?
Yeah.
Because now you're pushing into the work day.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a hard thing. And, you know, millions and millions of people struggle with the same thing we're struggling with, because how do you balance trying to raise a family and support a household and pay your bills and make a living and do all those things and be a mother, be a wife or a husband or spouse, whatever it is, and be there for your kids and spend all this time with your kids.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, make sure your body stays priority. So like I said, it's one of those things where life's about choices, and we're obviously making the choice poorly. And there's times that we just talked about this the other night as well, where we got time to watch TV or watch a sitcom or watch it, how much downtime do you have there? And we all know what we need to do. That's the crazy part about it. We all know that we have got to change our mentality. We have to say, you know what? Well, it's 7:00 at night. Yeah, it's been a long day, but I'm going to sit down. I just had dinner and I'm going to watch a couple hours of Big Brother. Okay, well, why couldn't I use 30 minutes of that to just do a little at-home workout? Or why did I just go walk a couple miles? Oh, it's hot outside. Okay, it's hot outside.
Yeah.
Go suck it up, right? Like, suck it up, Buttercup. Like, at the end of the day, you're gonna have to something has to prioritize, and you got to get it in your mental. Bring Kean with you, or bring Kean with you. Go on you see people all the time. They go on family bike rides, or you know what? Yeah, it's hot outside. We're gonna suck it up. Or hey, we're gonna go jump in the pool and we're gonna do laps in the pool, or whatever it may be. You just got to figure out a way to do it.
Well, it's like making a decision. My therapist told me one time, because I was in there like upset about how overweight I am and how it affects me mentally. And he's like, you just got to make the decision, just like if you were a smoker and one day you decided, I'm not a smoker anymore.
No.
You just have to decide.
I'm not fat anymore. Yeah. I'm not going to be a fat person anymore.
I'm going to be in shape. I am now someone who prioritizes my health, and that is a non-negotiable. My real estate coach.
Yeah.
It'd be weird to show you his before and afters, but he built like his little page off of it. But anyways, a year ago, he had a gut, not like massive, but he had a gut. He had some extra weight on him. A year later now, he's super in his fitness thing. And he's like, that is a non-negotiable. He's ripped now, right? He's now coaching other people on nutrition. And he's like, the gym time is non-negotiable for me. I don't care if it's something for work. I am busy during that time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay. And that's
I blocked off. It's an appointment. I blocked off the gym like as it was a customer.
And that's my issue, because I'm like, okay, so maybe I'd have the gym on my calendar from 7:30 to 8:30.
You should do it during the day. Like maybe
like right before lunch.
Yeah, like maybe what you need to do is you need to figure out, like, when we block off time for this podcast. Now again, we usually film on Sunday. Now, this is usually the weekend Sunday. Yeah. So we usually film on the weekends because we can't disrupt our normal work life. Yeah. But one of those things where you say, I'm going to use my lunch hour. I'm going to use my lunch hour to go to Orange Theory. You probably have less people in there anyway. It's probably less busy. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass for you because then you have to change. You're going to have to shower. You have to figure that whole part out or whatever it may be. But do something for yourself. And maybe that's what I got to do as well, because I'm like, okay, I got to figure out a way to do it. But he's absolutely spot on, because you hear it all the time, is that it helps you in business too, because clients or anyone that's maybe on the fence for you say, look, wait a minute.
You don't even take care of yourself.
Yeah, you don't take care of yourself. How are you going to take care of me? And you look at the successful people, and most of the successful people that you see out there are, to the most part, I wouldn't say they're maybe ripped, but they're in shape. They're fit. They're not overweight. Yeah, correct. They're not. You don't see big beer bellies. You don't see big guts. You don't see them carrying a lot of weight. They look presentable. They look like they've got discipline. They look like they take care of their bodies and themselves, and they realize that their body's a vessel. I think Tom Cruise mentioned it. The guy's 60-something years old. Think about that. They're 60 years old. I'm 44. The guy still has a six-pack. He's like, my body is what is the most important thing for me to keep working and to have longevity in my career. My body has to be taken care of to do that. But he has that. And again, it's easy for him because he's got chefs and trainers and everybody else because he's got the money to do it. But we still could do it. We just, at the end of the day, we've made the choice that other things, it has not gotten to the point where I was a week ago.
It needs to be a priority.
That's what it is. It has not gotten to the point where it's been a big enough deal to where you're like, you know what, enough is enough, because obviously something else has been able to, you know what, next week. Man, I really don't want to miss out on this party. Yeah, I want to have some cocktails tonight. Yeah, God, that dinner looks fantastic. We're having a nice Italian dinner tonight. I'm going to go crazy. I'll work out in a couple of days. I'll start in a couple of days. And what do they say? I'm going to start Monday, but Monday never comes. Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah, it's a tough thing that I know a lot of us deal with. And I personally have been dealing with my whole life, because I also wasn't raised on a nutritional based family, either. Right?
Yeah. And you did not waste food in our house. We were poor. So when there was food, you ate the food.
But to this day, like, I had to argue with my mom that beans and rice are not healthy for you.
They're not healthy.
She goes, yes, they are. I'm like, Mother, they are not.
They taste fantastic, though. Especially when you put them in a nice fajita.
So my mom does like enchiladas. I grew up where we had enchiladas, fresh enchiladas every day, tacos, New Mexican food, right? And we didn't have ever like grilled salmon growing up and veggies. So but we always ate 2-3 servings. We had snacks, we had chips, we had Cokes, we had all these things, because my mom, when she was younger, didn't have that.
Right. So she wanted to be able to say, hey, I want my kids to be able to have
my
these things.
My kids will be fed.
Yeah.
And so, but what in return, like, I don't have a healthy relationship with food. I never have had a healthy relationship with food.
Me either.
Now that I'm getting older, I'm like, I don't want my son Kian actually eats really well because I make it a priority for him. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, but he's still watching us do what we do, right? Because I don't want him to think that you just eat out of box food all the time.
Well, my kids eat horribly. My kids eat absolutely horrendous. And I think most teenagers do.
Gym, though.
Right, but that's why they're able to get away with it, right? So like, but overall, it's hot Cheetos, it's pasta every other day. They love that. Dylan doesn't do too much on the sugary stuff. My daughter, if you go in her, that's all she gets, right? Sugar, 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 candy, candy, candy.
Yeah.
She has my love for that kind of stuff, but she's in fit because she does cheer 5 days or 6 days a week. So, and she's got that teenage metabolism. And I've told her, I said, Addison, this is your future if you don't start really focusing on what your intake is and what you put in your body. And just because it's marketed as healthy food, a lot of the stuff you're still eating is not healthy food. Trust me, it's not.
But you can give her me as an example, right? I was working out like that, and I was kind of eating bad too, but I was still running a lot, and I was in good shape. And then once I didn't have to do it anymore, shit hit the fan.
Yeah.
Literally.
No, absolutely.
Not literally. I didn't do that, but okay.
But guys, like I said, for us, like I said, I would love the feedback for the people that are actually listening to us. If you've got something that you dealt with and you face the same problems that Elena and I talked about today, please hit us up and say, hey, this is what helped us get through it, or this is some of the workouts I did, or this is how I did meal prep, or whatever the case may be.
Or you want to join the challenge with us.
Yeah. And like I said, Ryan's going down 50 pounds, guys. It's going to be through the holidays, and it's going to be rough.
That's
and it's
how many months out? We're August, September, October, November, December. So 4 months, you want to lose 50 pounds.
I want to be around 200 by the end of this year.
Okay. Okay.
That's my goal.
Hold on. Let me do math in my head of 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay. I'd like to be down.
Call it 12 pounds.
I'd like to be down 20 pounds by the end of the year.
Let's do it. So again, guys, when I got on the scale, I was 253 pounds. So what I'll do is we're going to video it, or we're going to get a picture of it. I'll have Amber post it on our social media because, like I said, I'm taking it that seriously. Okay. Like I said, I'm taking it that seriously. So every
episode, we do a weekly check-in.
We can, sure. I said I'm trying not to get on the scale like every few weeks because
how we feel.
Oh yeah, how we feel. Sure.
So this is what the scale says, because obviously you're going to be building muscle too, right? So it's going to fluctuate.
Yeah. So
how do we feel? How are we doing on our diet?
I'll say that. I still would like to drop that regardless, but I still can. So, but yes, I'll still be doing all those type of things as well. But yes, we will do the updates for sure. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's time. It's time to get my body back. It's time to, and I haven't seen it in 20 years. And, I really haven't. It's been since I was probably my young 20s before I actually looked respectable, in my opinion, to what it should be. And it was going to be my 20s, and I blew through those. And then I'm going to get fit in my 30s. Well, now I'm halfway through my 40s. Yeah. And I said that at the beginning of my 40s. My 40s is my decade. 40s is the year I'm going to do it. And here I am, 44 at the halfway point, and I'm no better further along. Yeah. And it just goes to show you how long the years get out of hand, or how long exactly how quickly
it goes by. This. Insert the motivational music, Amber, right here.
Yeah, I want some rock music, maybe some Eye of the Tiger. Yeah. What's some gym music that we get in there? Maybe some hardcore hip hop to get you all pumped up.
Yeah. But see y'all next week.
Yeah, thank you guys. Take care.
Bye.